Hello, this is Umesh, History Faculty at Manifest IAS, and this is our current JOTS initiative. And as part of this initiative, we have started a series on World Heritage Sites. And as part of this series, we have been discussing some of the important heritage sites of India, which have been designated by UNESCO for being outstanding examples of human creative genius. Okay, so some of these sites we have discussed already, like the cave architecture we have discussed, the Dravidian architecture we have discussed, and as part of this series today we are going to have a discussion on the Nagara architecture. See, the Nagara architecture is a predominant school of Indian architecture which is predominantly present in North Indian states, and there are many sub schools in this Nagara architectural style, and three of the sub schools have been recognized, and their best expressions have been recognized in fact by UNESCO to be World Heritage Sites. So what are these three sites? We'll have a look at. There are three sites which have been recognized. The first and foremost is the Konark Sun Temple, which is present in Odisha, and the second one is the group of temples at Khajuraho, and the third one is Rani Ka Vav, which is present in Gujarat. So these are the three sites which have been recognized by UNESCO as World Heritage Sites, and they are the best expressions of their particular sub schools. Today we are going to have a look at the predominant features of Nagara School of Architecture, what are the features of these sub schools, and as part of that we are also going to have a look at how these temples are constructed, what are the specific elements of these temples also we will have a look at.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
So if we go ahead, first and foremost we have to discuss is these are the 10 criteria on the basis of which the UNESCO decides any site to be World Heritage Site. The first 6 phenomena or the first 6 criteria are meant for the cultural sites, whereas the last 4 criteria they are meant for natural heritage sites. So this is the thing. Then if we have a look at the first and foremost we have to discuss about is the Nagara features. What are the typical features of a Nagara temple architecture is something which we are going to have a look at. See, when it comes to the Nagara features, it is the same thing as more or less the temple outlay is similar to the Dravidian temple, but there are some specific features which are very important for us here. It also contains the main sanctum sanctorum, the same thing, which is a square in plan, or sometimes it also can take the form of a cruciform. Cruciform is a square with extended sides on 4 sides. So this is how it looks. Okay, this is how it looks. This is called the cruciform plan or square plan. This is how the basic outlay of the temple will be present, whereas most of the Dravidian temples they are rectangular in their plan. So here this is the basic outlay of the plan. Then apart from that, most of the temples, apart from having the Garbhagriha, they also have mandapas. Okay, mandapas, I think you know, they are the places of congregation. Usually they are pillared, flat roofed halls which are present in most of the early temples of Nagara style too. A later day there were many developments in the mandapas too, but we will have a look at the basic features first. So then apart from that, most of these temples are Panchayatan in style. This has been a previous UPSC question. The Panchayatan style temples typically contain, along with the sanctum sanctorum, nearly 4 more temples on the 4 corners of the temple complex. 4 corners of the temple complex you find 4 more temples. So in total there will be 5 temples. That's why it is known as Panchayatana style of planning of the temple. Then every temple has a Pradakshina of its own. Then apart from that, there is Antrala which connects the mandapa with the central sanctum sanctorum, as discussed earlier in the Dravidian architecture too. So it is a narrow passageway through which you pass through in order to access the central shrine. So this is how the entire temple architecture is present. Then apart from that, outside the Garbhagriha, Ganga and Yamuna friezes are present in most of the temples in Nagara style. This is very, very important, which is different from the typical Dravidian style, because in Dravidian style usually in front of the temple you see the Dwarapalas. Here you find the images of Ganga and Yamuna goddess on the door friezes which are present in these temples. So this is one more feature. Then apart from this, if we have a look at the other features are, okay, as we have discussed already, there is this vestibule or Antrala which is an entrance passway, and then apart from this, now we are going to have a discussion on the Shikara which is present in the Nagara style of architecture. Typically the Dravidian architectural Shikara, it is pyramidal in shape, whereas in a Nagara style the shape of the Shikara is a inverted cone or beehive shape. This looks this way. It is curvilinear from bottom to top. So this is how it looks. This is a curvilinear Shikara, and on top of it you find a capstone which is known as Amalak, which is known as Amalak, and on top of the Amalak you have the Kalashtu. You have the Kalashtu, which is typically representation of fertility. So Kalash, Amalak and beehive shaped Shikara. These are the typical features. Then apart from that, most of the temples in Nagara style, they are divided into horizontal segments. These horizontal segments are known as rathas. Then apart from the rathas, they also contain vertical projections on the side walls, which are known as Urushringas. This way. Okay. So I'll show them in clear images for you, more clear images for you. So this is the beehive shaped Shikara. Urushringas are vertical projections, rathas are horizontal segments, Amalak is present and Kalash is present. So this is how the features are typically represented in the temple architecture. Then apart from that, most of the temples, they are present on upraised platforms. Then there is an element of drum which is known as Janga. Janga is a drum which is present on the Garbhagriha, on which the Shikara is placed. Okay, on which the Shikara is placed. Then apart from that, the Chapra is one more technical term which is associated with it. This curvilinear part in a temple is known as Chapra. So the curvilinear part is known as Chapra. Urushringas are present, Janga is present. Temple on upraised platform, Shikara was divided into horizontal planes called Rathas. Then Amalak and Kalash is present, vestibule is present. So these are the typical features of a Nagara temple architectural style. So these features are developed mostly during Guptan period, and after that, during the period of feudalism, they developed many sub-regional styles in this Nagara style. Sub-regional style based on their geography, based on the ruling dynasty. They developed numerous sub-schools, and of these sub-schools, one of the prominent school is the Odissan architectural style or Kalinga architectural style. Today we are going to have a look at the Kalingan architectural style, how it is very much similar to the Nagara school of architecture. Okay, there are some similarities. At the same time, there are some differences too. What are these differences and how it is best represented in the Konark Sun Temple? Why it became the World Heritage Site? We will have a look at. Now, if you look at, this is Sun Temple at Konark in Odisha. So this is the representative image of Sun Temple at Konark in Odisha, because it is the entire temple is constructed in a chariot format. Okay, before going into the architectural details, first we are going to have a look at the history of Konark Sun Temple. This temple, it has been constructed in 13th century by Narasimhavarman I, who belonged to the Western Ganga dynasty. 13th century. So it is during the period of feudalism this temple has been constructed, and this entire temple, it is constructed in the format of a chariot on an upraised platform. So here first and foremost, it is a substyle of Nagara. And here, this entire temple complex, it is built in a chariot format. But before going into the specifics of the Konark temple, we are going to have a look at the broader generalizations in the Kalingan architectural style. Here, the Shikara is known as a diul. Okay, in Odisha, the Shikara is known as a diul. And then apart from that, the curvilinear nature of the Shikara, it is not very, very gradual. It is, in fact, it is almost parallel. Okay, this way the Shikara looks. Okay, this way the Shikara, the curve is very less, it is almost vertical, and then on top of it, the capstone is known as Mastak, not Amalak, it is known as Mastak. Then many horizontal divisions are present similar. Okay, then has vertical projections called Urushringas. I will show the Urushringas to you because it is not being very properly shown in the diagram. So these are the basic features. Then apart from this temple architecture, it has some specific unique aspects to it. See, this is the Garbhagriha, these are the mandapas, okay, and this is the entrance gateway, usually entrance gateway. See, when it comes to the Kalingan architecture, the central Shikara is known as, okay, the Shikara is known as Rekha Diula, which has the beehive structure. Then apart from that, there will be many mandapas which are present, which are known as Bhog Mandir, Nat Mandir, okay, and many other such structures are associated or attached to the temple structure. These structures, they have these have an architectural style which is known as Pida Diula, which is a pyramidical shaped structure, called Pida Diula. And apart from that, you have one more architectural style which is known as Kakra Diula. Kakra means it means that it is a vestibule shape. Okay, in last class also we have discussed, it is a hutmet shaped top which it contains, which is known as a Kakra Deula. Typically, all the temples in Odishan style, they contain the Rekha Deula, then Pida Deula, and along with that, Kakra Deula is also present. These are the various different kinds of shikaras which are present. Now, we are going to have a look at some of the basic features. Just now, we discussed the mandapas are known as Jagmohanam, Nat Mandir, Bhog Mandir. Then temples are decorated from outside but simple from inside. This is one unique aspect. The temples are very richly embellished on the outside. There are a lot of sculpture, okay, but in the inside, completely it is devoid of any sculpture or ornamentation. Complete serenity will be present inside the temple. No ornamentation at all. Then most of the temples are astilar. Astilar means pillarless temples. This is very, very important. But how to hold this huge structure without pillars is something which is very interesting. What they did was they used iron girders in order to support the top. Then apart from that, they also contained sanctum, vestibule, and assembly halls were also present. Then apart from that, you have the prakara wall and ornamented torana which is present in this temple style. Prakara wall is the exterior wall which is typical of Dravidian architecture, which is not present in Nagara temples, but here this is a exception. The Orisian temples, they have prakara walls, and apart from that, they have entrance gateways which are known as toranas. Okay, this is a decorated entrance gateway. Then apart from that, we have discussed the Kakra Deula. Typically, it is this Kakra Deula, it is present on the feminine deities, Garbhagriha. It is topped by a Kakra Deula. So this is how it is present. Then as discussed earlier, now we are going to talk exclusively about the Konark Sun Temple. As pointed out earlier, it is called as Black Pagoda. It is constructed in 13th century by King Narasimhadeva, one of Eastern Ganga dynasty. So this is the thing. Eastern Ganga dynasty in 13th century, they constructed this temple. And the most unique aspect of this temple is entirely designed in the format of a giant chariot. And this temple is dedicated to the god Sun. Okay, giant chariot, and in this chariot it contains nearly 12 pairs of wheels. Okay, the entire temple structure, it is constructed in the form of a chariot, and it contains 12 pairs of wheels. That means it contains 24 wheels. Along 24 wheels, this here it is a mistake, it contains nearly 7 carved horses, and 12 pairs of wheels are present. And this entire temple structure, it is constructed in the format of a huge chariot. And this temple, it is located on the mouth of the river Chandrabhaga river, and you can also see the Chandrabhaga beach, which is just attached to this Konark Sun Temple. And this is made of black sandstone. That is the reason why it is known as Black Pagoda. It is self-explanatory. Then here one more thing you can see is the most important aspect is when it comes to this Sun Temple, the central shikara, the highest shikara which is present on this central sanctum sanctorum, which is known as Rekha Deula. This entire structure, it has crumbled in 19th century because of its own weight. Now we don't find any Rekha Deula. You don't find any Rekha Deula today. And apart from that, the entire temple is constructed on a high platform. I think we have discussed about it beforehand. And once when you see this entire temple complex, it looks as if the sun god is coming on his chariot from the sea to the land. Okay, that is the effect that it creates when you look it from a distance in the land. Okay, it means that the sun god is coming from the sea to the land on his chariot. So that is the plan of this Konark Sun Temple. Then apart from that, if you look at some of the architectural features of this Konark Sun Temple, okay, this is dedicated to the sun god Surya. That is done already. Okay, then the large shikara has collapsed. Then apart from that, the structure and the elements have survived, are famed for their intricate artwork, iconography, and erotic imagery. So this center, it is also part of the Tantric worship cult. That is the reason why we find the scenes of Maithuna couples, because Tantric worship, it is based on sexual rites too. So that is the reason why you find the images of Maithuna couples, and you also find some of the images from Kama Sutra which are depicted on the temple's exterior walls. If we find these kind of things. Then apart from this, we have discussed all the features of Orisian architecture. All of them are clearly reflected in this temple structure too. And here every year there is a festival which is known as Chandrabhaga Mela. Chandrabhaga Mela is a festival which is conducted in this site. Then apart from this, if you have a look at, so this is it, the temple structure. Okay, these are some of the images which I have collected. See, this is a Bhog Mandir. This is a Bhog Mandir, and on Bhog Mandir you have a pyramidical structure which is known as a Pida Deula. This is Pida Deula. The Rekha Deula, it is not survived, and here you can also see independent sculptures in the form of lions. Here this entire structure, it is completely closed, okay, and the entrance gateway, it is accessed through a stairway, okay, a stairway of steps. Here also you can see a stairway of steps because it is present on the high platform, and the entire platform is also intricately carved. The entire platform is also intricately carved. And here today's structure, okay, today's structure, the earlier structure, it used to look this way. Here you can very clearly see the Rekha Deula and Pida Deula. Today only the yellowed part is surviving. The rest of the temple, it has fallen. Now today we can see only the yellowed part here, and apart from that there are many independent sculptures like this prancing horse which is present in the temple structure. This is one of the famous sculptures of Konark. It is a representative sculpture. So this is the Konark Sun Temple. It contains all the features, the typical features of the Odishan temple style, but the Shikara has fallen. But you can see the Rekha Deula. Then apart from the Rekha Deula, we also see numerous subsidiary shrines which are present associated with the temple structure, and on these subsidiary shrines too there are a lot of niches. Niches means these are specific places to place sculpture on the temple walls. When you go to the temple, you find a window-like structure, half window-like structures which are known as niche, and in this niche also we find number of images of God Surya, and erotic imagery is also present in this temple structure. So these are some of the important things about our Odishan temple architectural style. So this finishes the lecture, and in our next lecture or next video we are going to have a discussion on the Konark temple. The Khajuraho group of temples. Then apart from that we are also going to have a discussion on the stepwell which is known as Rani Ka Vav. This finishes the discussion. So what we discussed in this video is very typical. We discussed the features of Nagara School of Architecture, then the Odishan School of Architecture features we discussed. Then apart from that we also have spoken about the Sun Temple at Konark, the Sun Temple at Konark which is present on the coastal belt of Chandraban beach. It is present, and we also have discussed about what are the kind of sculpture which is present here, what is the architectural style which is present here. So these are some of the things that we have discussed. This finishes the lecture. Thank you.